Good evening. Today is the 29th of June. This is my trade review for today. So on my screen right now I have the MES and I've just opened up the 1 hour time frame. So we had some areas we were watching today. Firstly we was watching this zone up here. And was waiting for it to come in at 44.32 area through to 44.40. So I was really watching for 44.40. In the end, just clear that. So in the end, I took a few trades. We had 44.40. That was my main short area. 44.27 was a break and retest area. And we had 44.10 as a bounce area, and obviously we had 4400 as well as a bounce area. So there, I was watching for 3 bounces and 1 rejection. So let's go and look in the smaller time scale. So I'm on the 5-minute chart right now, and so let's take a look at my first entry. So today the market opened, was it around about here? And we sold off into this zone 44.10 to 44.12. That's the area I was watching here, and because it's so close to the open, I didn't want to take it with a full size, or I didn't really want to take it with a small size. I wanted to wait for confirmation, and so what I did, I waited for the break of that candle there to confirm it's a buy setup. So I got in with just a small start position, and my out was at the VWAP. Then I was out fully by that point. I think I took 1 contract there, and the other one I took off up there. Then I waited for a pullback, and I missed it. But then I was watching the 2-minute chart. Let's go into the 2-minute. Here we go. So I was watching the 2-minute chart, and I saw, so that's where I got out here, and it pulled back, which I missed the pullback, but then I was just watching it and I could see it just consolidating against this 50 moving average, and we only had average volume as well, and then I saw this volume spike, and that volume spike was for that candle here. So I had let's just get it lined up. Hang on, let me just put my cursor in. So that's the volume spike I was watching, and I had my order in place on the break of that consolidation area. So I got in again, a small starter position, which basically was a continuation of this trend here, and it broke up, and I got out around about there because that was already a predefined area marked off, the 44.27, and then I think that was it. Then I got out there and it's just sold off. I think my other one come down here quite close to, I got out before it broke even, close to VWAP, and then that was it for an hour or so, and then I was watching the market, and it was coming back up to this zone again, and the last time it got to that 44.32 area, it bounced off, and that's in the pre-market. So I was keeping an eye on that area, and I took a short just here, and I ran it down to there, and then I wanted to reverse my position, but I didn't, so because I was going to run it back up to that channel again, because I thought we might be in this channel. And so I waited, and I saw this. I saw the break of this candle here, so I took the break of that candle, and then I held it. I think I stopped out again with the remainder there. And just so you know, I was only scalping. I wasn't really in full size because the market wasn't really, the volume wasn't there. I think because of the long holiday, I think it's slowing down a little tiny bit, so there wasn't really much going on. And then I took another position up here, just a short scalp. I saw this almost a double top. Something I did notice earlier, and I'm just getting to that now, was this amazing head and shoulders pattern. So I saw the head set up, and that's why I took it, because I thought we might be breaking down, and it was a great breakdown. I got back out on that area again, on basically the neckline which is forming, and this right shoulder here. So in fact I was actually still in this position. So my first out was here, and I held the rest through this right shoulder pullback, and I got out around here. So that's my next trade, and that's, again, there's only 2 contracts. And then I did have a play around this area. I was starting to be chopped about, so I tried going for a short here, and thinking like it would bring me down, and you know, a rejection off of this neckline. But it didn't work, and it stopped me out. I think I got out close to break even. I didn't have any major stops at all today. Any stops I did get out were break even or for a few dollars. Then I took this position here long. It was basically the break of that area there, and I only scalped it for a few bars. I think I got out about there, and possibly out there. So because this is still running in this channel I've been watching all day. And then my last trade of the day, at this point I've well and truly overtraded, so I should have probably, had I just stopped here and just got out and stopped maybe there, I don't think I would have made much more. In fact, had I just kept a runner in on this one and then just took it out either here on this neck and shoulders or end of day, I wouldn't have needed to do any trading. I could have just walked away, left my stop in place, which would have been there, and my runner alone would have made more than all of my trades today put together. Oh, what have I done? So, wrong button. So maybe I needed don't overtrade, and if I'm bored or whatever, just sit back. And I need to work on my runners, because I had a nice entry, I had a nice stop there with an entry here. And even when this pulled back, it didn't come anywhere near to my stop. So I should have just left it, and I don't like leaving money on the table. And I saw that I saw this big red bar, and I would have panicked and got out. But anyway, my last trade of the day was a short off of this neck, head and shoulders area, and I took it back down to here. It wasn't for much, and I think I took the other one out for as it pulled back. I was hoping it would have broken down a bit further. So that's really a day of scalping, and wasn't massive amount of profit, but it was a fair amount of profit for the day. Not as good as my day yesterday, where I just took 1 or 2 trades and I added on to that trade. I find the days where I get an early trade and I add properly and I'm not scalping, it's less hard work but more profitable. You know, I'm working smarter, not harder. Today is one of those days where I was working harder but not smarter. But you know, overall good day, and I think days like today are quite good to make sure you don't actually lose anything, because having tight stops is good practice, because I'm not very good at my stops, and usually I'm good at moving my stops or not honouring my stops, and I kept things very, very tight today on all my trades. Hopefully you had a good day. I don't know whether you've seen Apple. If we just flick over to the Apple chart. Aftermarket, look at this nice big run up. So if you've shorted Apple, then keep an eye on this, because it's setting up a pre-market, a post-market bull flag. I think that's it really. There's nothing else. There's no other stocks which should look any good. But Apple looks a bit bullish. I don't know why it shot up I don't know why it shot up like that on the market close. But it was a big run up. I was watching it thinking, not that I would have taken it, but just wondering, it's so overextended right now. Look on the daily. Look at that. If any of you got in the bottom, watching the bottom as well, the break and retest. Got to watch out for these break and retests, because you know, even if we used the break and retest on the daily, and was that 157.50 area, I even had it marked off, and I don't know when I marked that off. I probably marked this off when I saw those two and probably when I saw that. So no excuse really for missing these, because I've forgotten about this area. This area was marked off months ago, and I should have been more aware of it. But look at that, perfect break and retest on the daily, and all it's done is run up the daily 20 all the way up. But maybe we're looking for a bit of a pullback now. You know, it's all-time highs, I believe. So, and there was one trade I did call today, which I don't normally do anything other than SPY. Yeah, all-time highs, and it was Amazon. I didn't take it because I was busy watching the SPY, but I think in the room I put 120, 127.20, I think it was. So it got pretty much close to it, and had I been keeping an eye on it, I may have just bought 1 or 2 call contracts as it came down to this area, and then waited for the VWAP. But that was a good trade, and my number was pretty much spot on, exactly what I said, and that was based on the, let me just go back to the daily, and that was based on this area here, just coming back in, so for a bounce. Anyway, hopefully you had a good day. Thank you for watching the video, and hopefully I will speak to some of you tomorrow. Take care.